Well, hello. This is one of those spur of the moment videos. What I'm going to do is I'm in the middle of graduation season, and as a teacher, that's kind of an important part of my career. I teach high school and I teach seniors. And one of the things you get, at least in a small town, and I would guess in a city school, ooh, what happened to the color there? Anyway, what I guess in city school too is you get graduation cards from kids, graduation announcements. Now, I don't know how it is for other teachers, but I'm not going to slip a money into everyone or a gift into everyone. So I don't do that. But they think enough of me to give me an announcement, and so I feel like I should do something. I used to do cards, but what I do now is I write them a personal note with fountain pen, usually about something personal or some event or contact or something I know about them. And then I fold it up real nice. And then I also include a link to pictures I've taken of them over the years because I do a lot of sports photography and activities photography and so on for the local newspaper and the yearbook and such. And anyway, that's my thing. It's a gift. It's a card. And actually, I've found. Well, I'll talk about this in a bit. But I used to just write it all on a little card. I'd buy just a package of graduation cards, blank note cards or something. And then one year, it was Saturday, and I thought, wait a second, graduation's tomorrow. Oh, and the store's closed because I live in small town North Dakota, as I've probably mentioned lots of times. And, stores don't stay open in small town North Dakota. So I got desperate, went looking online, and found out I could fold cards. So what I'm going to do, these cards are not my design, and I feel like the creators of these folds should get the credit. So what I'm going to do is in the link, I think it's down there. Anyway, the description for the video, I'm going to put links to the two videos that explain how to do these folds. One is an epistolary fold, one is a leaf fold. And I'm going to do those real quick, and I'll talk to you about them in a bit. But what I did is I wrote Goulet pens on one, and I did some writing at the bottom. You'll see why in a bit. I wrote Uber pens. These are the two companies I've dealt with lately and I've been happy with. Uber pens on the other one. And I'm going to do one with the leaf fold, one with the epistolary fold, and we'll talk about that in a bit. All right, so I'll show you the two folds. This one here is the leaf fold. This is the Uber pens, and you can see that the writing is inside. I'll get back to that in a second. This is the epistolary fold, which is the Goulet pens one. Now let me tell you about this a little bit. When I make the leaf fold, what I did is I started with the writing side down. So you remember the side where I wrote Uber pens and I had those 3 X's? That was laying flat down. When I do the epistolary fold, I had the writing up. Now I fold it in half, close the writing inside. So let's deconstruct this. As I said, I don't want to steal the creator's thunder. I think I'm probably advertising a bit for them. I'm going to deconstruct it, but I'm going to put the links below because they have the how-to. But I'll tell you what I like this for. Right here, grabbing a visual aid, I use LaTeX a lot, which is a programming language, and if you're a fountain pen person, you may or may not care about programming languages, but it's used for typesetting. And I make a little flashcard that has the link to the website it's a private link with the kids' pictures, just their pictures. And I tuck it inside here, just like I'm tucking these stamps in. Now, the way it works, this leaf here is made up of 16 individual folds. So let's deconstruct. Notice I wrote Uber pens here. So I unfold, there's a little tucky flap there. Leaf. I gotta get back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Alright, so all the writing was inside. And you notice the leaf is now unfolded on the back, and he's just a series of 16 individual folds. I found it helpful when I watched that video. Well, first of all, I had to turn off the music because, it started to make me batty after a very short amount of time. But I found it helpful because I could pause, I could rewind. So YouTube is wonderful. It's not like when you're sitting in class and the teacher's going on and on. You're like, what just happened? But I'll just say, here's my writing, so here's my letter. Lay it face down before I start the folds. And the real trick I found with this one is very precisely, do it accurately and use your fingernail to crease it really well. It wasn't as important with this paper. This, as you can see, is a piece of scrap Tomoe River paper that I started something and didn't finish it on. But it was very important with thick paper that's less forgiving, like Rhodia paper or even regular writing paper. And it doesn't matter if it's A4 or US letter size, it works the same. The proportions are a little different, but it looks good either way. And by the way, on the back, kind of about here, is where the address appears. Okay, so now the other one, the epistolary fold, this is made by a gentleman. He has a better choice of music, but he does the same thing. This one's a little bit simpler. I like the leaf fold, graduation cards, wedding cards, that kind of thing. Sent my mother one for her Mother's Day, especially because someone may or may not have forgotten it was Mother's Day and may or may not have sent it a few days late. But anyway, this one's also kind of neat because it's just, who gets letters folded neatly? Usually you get them just all, 3 folds and that's it. And usually they don't know how to fold that correctly. But anyway, I like this one because it fits inside one of the smaller envelopes, which, they're at school because I'm putting all the graduation cards in them. So anyway, I don't have it. But this guy, again, A4 or letter size paper. In the video, you'll see it actually done on letter size. This is A4. They both work. Goulet pens, open. Ooh, totally smooth. Kind of like an envelope, actually. If I wasn't mailing it, I might just use that. I wrote Goulet pens there, and I've got some tucking going on here. There's a flap tucked in. Here's a flap tucked in. Okay, unfold the flaps. Oh, some further flaps. Unfold, unfold, and there it is, Goulet pens, where I wrote it originally. So they're both kind of fun. And I'll admit, kind of hard to file. So, for regular correspondence, these may not be the greatest thing. But for something special like a card, as a substitute for a card, you've put time into it. It's it's a little bit of art, especially the leaf one. It's something kind of special to do, and that's what I do with my graduation cards nowadays. I have to spend a little bit of time, but you know what? I teach in a school with 450 students. Now, you're thinking, okay, per grade? And I'm saying, no, this is rural North Dakota. 450 students, K through 12. So we're graduating around 30 seniors this year. So you know what? I know them. These aren't strangers to me that I've taught for 1 year. I know a lot of them I've actually taught since 8th grade. And a number of them I knew from before that, or I taught their brothers or their sisters. It's that kind of a setting. So take it for what it's worth, but it is a nice alternative sometimes to just folding up a letter or buying a little off-the-rack card. And it works with letter size paper, any kind of, I've only done it with letter size and A4 paper, but, you can use those two, and they're pretty easy to find. So I hope this was useful, and as I said, I will post the links down there in the video description and on my blog. So I thank you for watching. We'll see you later.